Hello everyone, Xanero Gaming coming at y'all with another video, and in today's video I kind of want to go over just a little bit of the Digimon metagame. Now I am on Eggman Events site here. Once again, I always try to shout out all the sites that I use. This is Eggman Events. Him and his team always do a great job posting a lot of tournament coverage for different card games, and in this particular one we are talking Digimon. And this past weekend there was an online regionals hosted by Pro Play Games with EX10 in the format, and it is a very different pie chart here that you can tell compared to what we had at the Bandai Card Game Fest here, right? So just to retouch on the Bandai Card Game Fest toppings here in the top 16, 3 Gallant X, 3 Megidramon, 2 Galaxy Omni, and then Levi X, Machine Dramon, Jessamon GX, Sakuyamon X, Purple Hybrid, and Blue Green Imperial Dramon all being topping deck lists. And one thing to stand out here is definitely going to be like the Jessamon GX and Genkumon package. I think this is a deck that if you are not aware of what it does, you need to be now, right? Because this deck is performing really well in these online regionals. You can see here in this past tournament there was in the top 16 a very different topping list here. Genku X had 3 different toppings. Gallant X had 2. The Rocks Mineral deck had 2 Machine Dramon, 2 Red Purple Imperial Dramon, and then a Phoenixmon X, Blue Green Imperial Dramon, Leviathan X, Megidramon, and 7 Great Demon Lords, all with 1 topping each. And one also big surprise, I know I'm going on a tangent here, but no Royal Knights in either of these toppings list here for the top 16. And that is very interesting because I think that a lot of decks in big tournaments are just running packages to try to stop Royal Knights, because it is obviously one of the best decks in the format. You don't see it here on the top 16 for each of these pie charts that they have listed here, but it is definitely a very powerful deck. And in the same regards of like the 7 Great Demon Lords being able to do a similar shenanigan, but with the maybe a little bit different engine and board control. So very interesting to see no Royal Knights on here. But I do want to go into this breakdown of the pie chart a little bit that they put on here for us. There was 385 players, 9 rounds of Swiss best of 3. And Gallantmon X got first place, which is awesome. We all know Gallantmon is an amazing deck. It has so much support and it just keeps getting more support, and everyone knows that this deck is amazing and still one of the best generic decks if you want to just take into a tournament and hope to do well. But you can see on here in second place, Rocks, right, which I'm sure is a big surprise to a lot of people. I love this deck. It's a lot of fun. If you haven't played the Rocks deck, you should definitely do so. We will definitely touch on this deck profile. Phoenixmon X, third place coming in here. Really awesome to see. And then another Gallantmon X. So I guess if you had to take one thing away also is that, Gallantmon is definitely the best deck in the format in terms of toppings in tournament, having 3 from the last one and 2 from this one. But one of the main things I do want to talk about this video is this Genkumon X getting 3 different tops. But we will go through, I want to talk about a couple different things here. So you can see right here in 5th place, Jazing OS, shout out to you getting a 5th place with the Genku X package. I have a buddy who also runs a Genkumon X kind of deck like this, and it really is really strong. But Blue Green Imperial Dramon in 6th place, Machine Dramon in 7th. Machine Dramon performing pretty well, I think, in these last couple tournaments. Probably more so than a lot of people thought, getting 1 in the last list. And I would assume that DGU Dan, yeah, this is the same kind of list that they are running, like the version 2 trait stuff. We'll look at the list and see if it is, but shout out to Dan. 8th place, Red Purple Imperial Dramon, 8th and 9th place actually. So seeing the ceiling on the deck being right here, this deck still is just really powerful in what it does. Leviathan X, great control package deck, 10th place. And you can see here another Genku X from West. Big shout out to them in 11th place. A Megidramon, a 7 Great Demon Lords, bringing up 12th, 13th. The Machine Dramon in 14th place here. So 1 in 7, 1 in 14. So Machine Dramon is doing pretty well. Wong, I guess that's Wong Zeros. A big shout out to them. I love Wong Zeros stuff. I think I just watched their video over this page, to be honest. So make sure you check his video out about Machinedramon. He goes in a little bit of detail about the different packages in Machinedramon and just about what to do there. And then you can see here the third Genku X at 15, and then another Rocks deck. So I think two big surprises and two big stars in this tournament are definitely the Genkumon X and the Rocks deck, doing super well. I think the introduction of a Magnetic Tramon has done a lot to just make this deck have a steal-in that is really, really strong now. And now you can kind of get over some of these BP thresholds that your opponent is kind of putting on here. But I do want to touch on the deck list for this particular Genku X. And you can see here a lot of these decks are doing what, you know, it's floodgates, right? You just run all the floodgates, your Uko package, your Sistermon package, and then you're only running, you know, one line to Digivolve into. Your Huckmon, Bao Huckmon, you only want to see this very particular line. This is your start of the main phase to draw one by trashing one and gain a memory. And then the level 4 here is main. Once per turn, you may play one card with Sistermon or Genkumon named from your hand with the play cost reduced by 2. So some of your Genkumons do have on-play effects, and only 2 of the level 5 just lets you delete one of your opponent's Digimon, getting around some of the floodgates that be messing up you. And then you can suspend one of your other Digimon to Digivolve this Jesmon in its name from your hand without paying the cost, which is very, very important. And then just 2 of your Jesmon here, and this is being the BT20 with the Reboot Blocker Decoy, a very good Jesmon. And then just a small Medieval Gallantmon package, 4 Genku and 4 Genku X. These two are really the key of the deck because everyone knows Jesmon GX and Jesmon GX Ace. Those are really strong high ends for any kind of Jesmon Genkumon deck. But I think the star of the show is just the Genkumon X. When Digivolving, you get to Digivolve 2 one of your opponent's Digimon. But then if Genkumon or X anybody's Digivolution cards until the end of your opponent's turn, none of your Digimon are affected by your opponent's Digimon effects. This is really, really strong. A lot of times, most people can only do things with their Digimon effects, and this just makes you just have a free board of Digimon that your opponent is gonna have to attack through because they're not gonna be able to blow them up. A lot of decks don't run kill spells, right? Now, very spicy tech, I still run Digimon Emperor in a lot of my decks, and I think a lot of people are sleeping on how important Digimon Emperor just can be. It's a 3-drop, it's an older card. If you don't know, opponent's turn, when one of your opponent's level 3 Digimon are removed from their breeding area to their battle area, you gain 2 memory, and then all turns when your opponent's level 5 or lower Digimon is deleted, you may suspend this turn to draw a card. So it's a nice draw engine and really, you know, stifles some of your opponent's plays, wanting to move up and then trying to pop off through. I think against, like, you know, Purple Hybrid, maybe even Machinedramon low end and stuff like that, that can be a little troublesome when you want to move up and get your effects. Just 4 of the Garnet Memory Boost being your black and red Searcher. 1 Crimson Blaze, I think this card is too good not to run in any red deck. And then 2 of the mat. Now this mat, you are able to gain an extra memory anytime you trash a card in your hand, and you have a couple different outlets, mainly just this Huckmon that lets you do it, but then you also do just have I thought some of the list had the other Sistermon belong. Yeah, this one right here. Yeah, you trash a card to draw 2, and then, you know, Matt will let you go up to 4 memory to that turn if you do it. Essentially giving you 4 memory to play with on your turns if you do have to do any of these effects. Because this is just a start of main to do that. Hers isn't on play, but regardless, if you hard play her, if you don't have anything else going on. But this is just a very, very powerful deck, and I'm glad to see that Genkumon X is showing up in this meta, and it's really good because you just run floodgates, right? Like, you got the Gaussmons, you got the Godsumons, and you got the Shamanmons, just covering all aspects of your opponent can't gain memory other than Tamer effects, they can't play Digimon by effects, and they can't reduce their Digivolution cost, which can stifle a lot of decks. But I'm really, really happy and excited to see Genku X doing so well. It is such a cool Digimon, and I like Genku X a lot. This is not particular. I like to play a build 'em up Genkumon deck, and that doesn't really work as well as these cool little engines here. But big shout out to all the Genkumon players. I did want to touch up on Jaji's 5th place Genkumon X deck, and one of the ones I'm probably most excited about is this Rocks deck, right? The Rocks Mineral deck by Anthony. Big shout out to them. I love this deck. It is really, really cool, and it won't let me bring up, no, it won't let me bring up the deck list. Well, I was going to talk about it. So let's see if we can go down here and see one of the deck lists for the other topping deck profile. Privacy error. Well, sorry about that, y'all. Maybe I need to pause my ad blockers. Let's see if we can get to it now. This is very early in the morning, so sorry if I sound a little tired, you guys. Yeah. Oh, it's not letting me bring it up for some reason. Interesting. But regardless, whatever. This guy is really good. Let's go to digimontcard.dev. I already had the Genkumon X pulled up because I was looking it up earlier. Magnet. Here we go. So, if you don't know what this guy does, he's really strong. This is the new super rare that you get from EX10 for your rock mineral deck. It is a rock dragon liberator, so you can search it with the liberator search cards, and it has mineral in its type from the card ruling. Now, this is the new level 7 that you get. It's a fragment 3, and you can digivolve it on top of your level 6 for 4. That's not what you're going to do in most cases. You can warp this Digimon, right? While you have close or / Programmon cost of 6. So while you have a close, you can digivolve it on top of your level 5 for 6, which is a way better means of getting into this. You don't want to have to already go into level 6, but you can if you need to. When digivolving, when attacking, this is not once per turn. Very clear that you know that this is not once per turn, because you digivolve, you trash 3 rock traits from any of your Digimon's evolution cards, any of your Digimon. It doesn't have to be this Digimon. Then you get to delete one of your opponent's Digimon and trash their top security. So you digivolve, trash 3 sources, and then trash their top security. You go to attack, you can do it again to trash 3 and trash their security, which then already puts them down in a situation where they've already lost 2 security before your swing even goes through. And then it also says when digivolving, when attacking once per turn. This one is once per turn by placing 3 mineral or rock trait cards from your trash as a Digimon's bottom Digivolution card. It unsuspends, right? So that's really good. You can do your when digivolving to trash 3, and then do your when digivolving to place the 3 if you really wanted to unsuspend. But the way you want to wait to do this card is you digivolve, you trash 3, and then you go to swing, and then you put the 3 underneath it from the when attacking effect to unsuspend it. So now you've already, you know, then if you really wanted to, you could trash 3 again. This card is busted. It is super strong, and if you are not ready to take, I think most combo it's 4 damage. In most cases, you're taking the 4. But if they have hit you, even with a rookie or any chip damage at beforehand, you have to be ready to get absolutely destroyed by this Magnetic Dramon. And it really is such an amazing card. I love this Digimon a lot. I'm super excited about you know, this deck popping off in this tournament, and I'm really happy to see people doing it, right? I guess we could try to look at, if it'll let me bring up, that's weird, let me bring up the Phoenixmon deck list here. Phoenixmon X, and this just looks like they put Phoenixmon X on here for the deck profile, but this is just like a red kind of good stuff deck. I know the Phoenixmon X is here as the main level 6 that you have, but you know, we've seen a bird deck be kind of what this is now, right? Like they nerfed the bird deck a little bit, but now you just run the Guillemon package, and I've seen a similar deck list of this, so I got kind of excited thinking it was more of the bird package. This is just the good red stuff bird deck. Maybe a little discerning, clickbaity on the tag or something, I guess. I don't know, because I wouldn't really consider this like a Phoenixmon X deck. This is just like the red good stuff Guillemon deck with the Phoenixmon on here. So I got a little excited thinking this was like a bird red deck, but it does have the Garudamon X Anybody, one of, and then the Phoenixmon X Anybody, but it's really just full package of your Guillemon stuff that makes this deck so good. The Phoenixmon X, I guess I'll touch on it. It's an older card, BT16. If you don't know what it does, it's when Digivolving you get Blitz, you just always get that. It's going to cost you 5 to digivolve into, and it just says, your turn, while Phoenixmon or X Anybody's in this Digimon's Digivolution cards, attach end of attack to all of this Digimon's on deletion effects. So just end of attack, you just on deletion, you can play 1,000 DP, 11,000 DP or lower Digimon card with Avian, Bird, Beast, Animal, or Sovereign, other than Sea Animal, and one of its traits from your hand without playing the cost. Delete one of your opponent's Digimon with as much or less DP of the Digimon played by this effect. Really cool card, really strong. And, you know, just running the Alphamon Orihouken Ace as well. Such a crazy card. The card is so good. And then 3 copies of your X Anybody proto form, right? Because you don't run any Phoenixmon in a lot of these lists. It's just to get the X Anybody out, to let you play other cards to get some value and to blow up your opponent's stuff. Really cool deck though. I do like how unique the deck list is, but this is just like kind of a red good stuff deck. But I guess if I had to like put a name and a card on it, I probably would just Phoenixmon X as well. But big shout out to Denny as well for such a cool, unique deck list. We can touch on the Blue, Green Imperial Dramon and the Machine Dramon. I kind of wanted to make this a quick video, so real quick, I'll go through these if they'll pull up. Nothing crazy to see here. Running 2 Hexablow in your Blue, Green Imperial Dramon decks. If you're not running 2 Hexablow, you're not trying your hardest in these decks because it's just absolutely stupid. The best thing about this deck is the level 5. It's not the level 6s. Being able to get into these level 5s for free or even plus memory, and this Tamer still being at a 4 of, which I don't understand. This card is absolutely insane. I've been asking for this card to get hit forever because I think it is nutty in what it does. If you just think about all the value and effects you get off of this card, it is insane. But really cool list here. Nothing crazy. Everyone's kind of differing on their lineups of their rookies, but the star of the shows are just the Imperial Dramon and then the old Imperial Dramon just being able to swing and get all this free damage with jamming, draw all these stupid amounts of cards, and then you go into Hexablow and then your opponent can't do anything. It's really the biggest plays of the game. If you really need to go into your Imperial Dramon Dragon mode and Fighter mode, you can, and you have a Medieval and Imperial Dramon Ace. I do see a lot of people running one of the Paladin mode Ace because it is such a good card. Now, let's see this list here. Was this... This is DGU Dan's list here. And this is more of a hybrid take, I would say, on Machine Dramon. Just running a lot of your level 5 Cyborg type Digimon. A little bit of a DM package in it as well, but that's really not the focus of this list. This is just as many level 5s as possible. The normal Uko package with the purple bottom end. We've seen lists like this before. Obviously very neat, very cool to run all these different cards with your attacking the heavy mobile Digimon. This is just one of the most important cards. You have to see this card in this deck, and the reason I don't like my older deck, that I still have like 4 different versions of Machine Dramon built, and it's just not seeing this card does not feel good, and you do need to see this card. In the games you don't see it, it feels absolutely horrible. You'll just be drawing all these level 5s, getting this memory, drawing all these cards. I do like the Ultimate Connection. I don't know why more people don't play this card. I think this card is absolutely amazing. Letting you trash your level 5 to gain 2 memory and draw a card, I feel like is so good. I still run this in my list as well. The Supreme Connection, got to run it. The analog use. So interesting list here. They are running obviously the new Machine Dramon along with the old one, and then the Chaos Dramon and Chaos X as the top end. Very interesting to see that they chose to do 4 of the new one, because I do think that this one is really, really good. Enough people are you know, kind of sleeping, I think, on how good that particular Machine Dramon is. I do want to look at the other lists. He has his own deck profile for it, but I'll go over it a little bit here because I do like Wong's list as well with this DM package. So you just run a lower end of the version 2 trait Digimon, so that way you can get free value to Digivolve into your version trait 2 Digimon, and you know, just go into your lineups really, really clean. And now you don't run as diverse of a level 5 lineup because you do want to run 2 of all of your DM trait Digimon. But the star of the show for his particular deck, I definitely recommend you go look at his deck profile. He'll explain it to you a lot better. And this is one of my favorite cards of the set too, so I'm glad that, you know, he was kind of in the same mindset as me, and I absolutely love this Vetamon card. It is so good. When any of your version 2 trait Digimon would Digivolve into this card, for each of its face down Digivolution cards, you reduce the Digivolution cost by 1. A lot of times you're going to Digivolve into this guy for 1. It doesn't line up a lot of times to be you know, 0, but Digivolve into a level 5 or 1 that has Fragment 3 is insane. But it also has a very good effect that says, when Digivolving, when attacking, once per turn, de-Digivolve one of your opponent's Digimon. Then by trashing this Digimon's bottom face down Digivolution card, return one of your opponent's play cost 4 lower Digimon or Tamers to the hand. So free Tamer hate is so good, and it's a recurable Tamer hate because every turn you can just stay on the Vetamon, keep when attacking to de-Digivolve one of their Digimon, and then by trashing your bottom face down card, it only costs 1 bottom face down card, and you have ways to put sources into your Digimon, and some of your Digimon say put the sources into any Digimon, and it doesn't have to be that particular one, which helps you fuel the Vetamon. And then obviously, you know, 4 of the new Machinedramon, 2 of the Puppetmon, and 1 of the Blitz Greymon Ace. I do know that I think in his video he talked about how he wished he probably ran 2 of this Blitz Greymon Ace, because it is just a really, really good card. Being able to blast Digivolve, Digivolve 3 of one of your opponent's Digimon is really, really good, and just having the Alliance and blocker is pretty strong, because you can just tap down some of the other Digimon you're not using to get some free checks in, and you know, it is really cool. I do wish that there was some Ace maybe that you could run in this deck that's a level 7, but it'd probably make the deck a little clunky, because you do run a lot of level 5s. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 14 with the Vetamon, but like you said, you don't really care, because the Machinedramon lets you grab 6 of these different Digimon to go into them. But one thing to note is that, you know, Vetamon is an alien DM trait version 2. It is not a cyborg, but the Machinedramon just says 4 level 5 cyborg trait Digimon cards with different names, so you cannot use the Vetamon. The Vetamon is a source to, you know, have a level 5, but you can just still just Digivolve on top of it into Machinedramon, right? But I love this list. I'm really excited someone talked with it, because I've been enjoying the builds that I've been using with Vetamon. I have put 2 copies into my Machinedramon before I saw this list, but maybe I just go all in on Vetamon, that he's the star of the show. I was trying to build the rated Vetamon kind of deck, and it's not working out, so I'm happy to see that it's working in Machinedramon. But now I am kind of going on a tangent. We're at 20 minutes. I try to make these videos not so long, but I always have a lot to say. But I just wanted to touch on a couple of things like that in the video, and I hope you guys appreciate it. But I appreciate y'all hanging out with me in this video. I think that the Digimon trading card game does have a very unique, diverse meta at the moment, and I do think that we have a lot of, you know, fun tournaments to look forward to if you're playing Digimon. There's a lot of viable decks. I do think that the top end of Digimon at the moment is a little scary and crazy, but you can win throughout a big tournament with a lot of your favorite decks. But please leave this video a like. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel, and I appreciate y'all hanging out with me this morning. Peace.